There's a new cuisine in town. A glass of wine, a cup of coffee, and if you're like me, a glass of smoothie. With signals served on Lagos Talks 91.3 every Saturday at 10 a.m. Your mind will dream again.
College live, it will be fine. Last Saturday.
MTN Pulse. Do you? Dial *406 hash to join. Everywhere you go, MTN.
You know that feeling when you keep downloading and streaming interesting videos, but your mind keeps whispering,
"Dear network, please be nice this morning."
But not
Please.
anymore. When you subscribe
Please
to
be
MTN's
nice.
affordable and reliable monthly
Please be
data
nice.
bundles, you
Please
will
be
enjoy
nice.
10 gigabytes with just
Tori.
3,000 naira and 20 gigabytes for 5,000 naira
Please be
only.
nice.
Plus, a whopping 4 gigabytes free to stream YouTube videos on your reliable data network. Simply dial *131 hash to select and turn up your affordable data plan on MTN. Terms and conditions apply.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Dende, you have broken the TV. I will take that down with your baby. It's you.
How are you, ma? Good morning.
Hey, what's happening here? Who broke the TV screen? He said I should throw the ball. He said I should throw the ball.
Chai, you these children. Anyway, we have El Happy, so no wahala. Let me call your daddy.
Don't call daddy, please don't call daddy.
The Leadway El Happy Insurance covers your household appliances, automobile and personal accident. Get happy now. Call 012700 or visit lhappy.leadway.com to get started. Hello, kiddies. Leadway Assurance, ensuring happiness since 1970.
Okay, let's speak English. Signals 91.3 Lagos Talks. My name is Oshobi. Damola Fimisile.
Radio station's name. Don't repeat.
Don't let me send you out too. It signals on 91.3 Lagos Talks. My name is Adewunmi. It's the last Saturday in the month of June, and there is raining cat and dog. Like, dear God, please now, let's be nice. Okay, so let's go straight to Signals Business, where we pitch our businesses in 30 seconds. Hi. Well, pitch our businesses in 30 seconds. Your name, your location, what do you sell? What's unique about your business and how can we reach you? Your name, your location, what do you sell? Dear network, be nice this morning. 0809 234 5913 0809 222 0913 or 0809 191 3913 0151509113 0151519113. It Signals Business brought to you by MTN, where we pitch, where we sell, where we share our businesses in 30 seconds. What's special about your product, your service, your knowledge that you want the world to hear about? Now is the time. Your name, your location, what do you sell, what's unique about your business, and how can we reach you? Your WhatsApp line is fine. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, your name and where you calling us from?
Calling from Tapa.
Oga, what's your name?
Austin Namdi.
Okay, Austin, what are you selling?
Selling motors.
Okay, so how can we reach you?
081 080 221 8095.
Thank you. A signals business where we pitch our businesses in 30 seconds. Your name, your location, what do you sell, what's unique about your business, your product, your service, and how can we reach you? Your WhatsApp line is fine. 0809 234 5913 or 0809 191 3913 or 0809 222 0913. 0151519113 or 0151509113. If you have a business and you want the world to hear about it, let's start dialing the number 0809 234 5913. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where are you calling us from?
Good morning. Good morning.
I can hear you.
Yeah, this is Sam.
Sam from where?
Hello?
Sam from where?
From Lagos.
Okay,
From
what are you
Lagos.
selling?
From Lagos.
What are you
Hello?
selling? I can hear you.
Yeah. I said I'm doing cars, any kind of car from America.
Okay, so how can we reach you, sir?
Yeah. My number is 00
Mm-hmm.
3098
Mm-hmm.
2070.
Thank you. Okay, 009 234 5913 or 0809 222 0913 or 0809 191 3913. A signals business. Let's sell. Let's sell our business. So, your name, your location. What do you sell? What's unique about your business, and how can we reach you? The numbers to call is 0809 234 5913 or 0809 191 3913 or 0809 222 0913. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Sonese. I'm a CEO of Sonese Merchandise Company.
What are you selling?
Our address is located at number 318 Habama College, Saboyaba, Lagos.
Okay, what are you selling?
We deal on building materials and also we are into real estate.
Okay, so how can we reach you?
My WhatsApp number is 081 445
Okay, call that number again.
081 44 55 0804.
Thank you. A signals business where we pitch our businesses in 30 seconds. Your name, your location, what do you sell, what's unique about your business, what's special about the business that you are in, and how can we reach you? Hello, good morning. No. 0809 234 5913. Please reduce the volumes of your radio set. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Your name and where are you calling us from? Good morning.
My name is Adewunmi. I'm calling from Kutu.
Okay, what are you selling?
I'm into gift item. I do souvenir bags for events and for seminars. Souvenir bags.
So how can we reach you?
My number is 02 339 50.
Hello. Please do call back and so that you can repeat your number. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where are you calling us from?
Opai Emeka Carlo is my name. I'm calling from Ojo, Lagos.
Okay, what are you selling?
I am a professional plumber.
Okay.
I do borehole and new building
Okay,
and
so
maintenance as well.
how can we reach you?
My number is 070 6363 0029.
Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, this is Tapa Waliba.
Okay, call your number again gently.
080 23 743 873.
Thank you. Okay, then a signals business where we pitch our businesses in 30 seconds. Your name, your location, what do you sell, what's unique about your business, what's special about that business that you go out for, and how can we reach you? Your WhatsApp line is fine. The numbers to call is 0809 234-5913. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Okwade Damnal. I'm calling from Lagos.
Okay, what are you selling?
I'm an event decorator. I run cat events.
Okay. So how can we reach you?
You can reach me on Instagram at cat event, KART event, or 080-3954-2338.
Thank you. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Femi, so I'm calling from Lagos.
What are you selling, sir?
I'm into fashion, both and that.
You're into?
Fashion, both and that.
Okay. How can we reach you? Your WhatsApp line?
081 70 82 10 36.
Thank you. Hello, good morning. The signals business, where we pitch our businesses in 30 seconds. Is WhatsApp line that I'm asking for, not Instagram number. Okay. 0809-234-5913 or 0809-191-3913. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, please reduce the volumes of your radio set. The numbers to call is 0809-234-5913. Reduce all the noise around you. And then 0809-222-0913. We have like 3 minutes to go. So, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you
My name is Kelvin.
Kelvin from where?
I'm calling from Lekki Ajah.
What's
I'm into pool construction and maintenance.
Okay, Kelvin. Your number, please.
081 333 84 704.
Thank you. The numbers to call is 0809-234-5913 or 0809-222-0913. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning. Please reduce the volume of your radio set.
All right, I've heard you.
Sorry.
Good morning, ma.
I can't hear you. Your name and where you
All right. My name is Ishola, and I'm into event decoration. Yes, my WhatsApp number is 080-311-55-360.
Thank you. Hello, good morning. It signals business, so we pitch our businesses in 30 seconds. Your name, your location, what do you sell, what's unique about your business, and how can we reach you? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Your name or where are you calling us from?
My name is Biodo. I'm calling from Bahua Plaza.
Okay, what are you selling?
Yeah, I'm an interior decorator. I do painting, wallpaper, 3G, and POP.
Okay, so how can we reach you?
My number is 080 29 72 44 49.
Thank you. Hello, good morning. It signals business, or we pitch our businesses in 30 seconds. I like the energy this morning. Your name, your location, what do you sell, what's unique about your business, and how can we reach you? Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name or where are you calling us from?
My name is Kumilayo, and I'm calling from Ikorodu.
Okay,
I am into boutique business. I sell 50 materials to suit different styles, as in packages.
Okay.
So that's what I sell at here. Ladegui area, at the Itamaga Ikorodu area.
So how can we reach you? Your WhatsApp line?
My WhatsApp line is 090 63 92 70 81.
Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Joseph.
From where?
I'm from Ikotun.
Okay, what are you
I'm selling clothes or pick clothes.
Okay. How can we reach you, sir? Your WhatsApp line.
My phone number is 080 80 55 77 81.
Thank you, sir. And that's it for Signals Business. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
You waited so long, and now the doors are wide open for you to join MTN, the yellow family that's got the coverage and reliable data network in Nigeria. Just walk into select MTN stores nationwide, buy a new MTN SIM, and turn it up with mouth-watering airtime and data bonuses on the yellow network. So, hurry up and get your SIM today. Visit mtnonline.com/SIM to locate the closest SIM sales stores near you. Everywhere you go, MTN.
You have broken the TV. I will tell that I will tell mommy. It's
sure?
not me. It's you. It's not me.
Okay, so it's time for you, Abby. Good.
To go.
I know. Throw the ball. He said I should drop the ball.
Shy, you these children.
2011.
Anyway, we have El Happy, so no wahala. Let me call your daddy.
El Happy Insurance covers your household appliances, automobile, and personal accident. Get happy now. Call 012700 or visit lhappy.leadway.com to get started. Hello, kiddies. Leadway Insurance, ensuring happiness since
Manuel Odeyemi.
Morning.
How are you?
How you doing?
Morning. You're the one. I like the city already.
Yeah.
It's pretty. It's very great.
I love you, Mr. Money. I love your $1,000,000 house. I love your style, your fancy house. Give me power.
Good.
Oh, money man, I need the money man. Oh, money man, I love the money man. Oh, money, for me, la.
So it's Mujib, Ishola.
Yeah, MJ.
MJ is like a tax. The signals on 91.3 Lagos Talks, and we're listening to Money Man by Ishola. This morning we're talking understanding financial innovations. So what do we mean by that? There's been a lot of different innovations around finances. Finance as we know it has moved beyond trade by barter, selling and buying. It has now moved beyond making sure that we're comfortable with how to be able to pay our money. For example, a lot of us don't want to go to the bank any longer. We can do transfer, we can do USSD code. It took me a while to even understand what USSD code is. USSD code. So I didn't know until we started doing that, our star, everything together, the numbers. So I have with me Kotsi Rotsimi and Emmanuel Odeyemi, someone who is thoroughbred technologist and unrelenting pursuer of innovation. He joined System Specs in 2011 and currently heads the firm's payment technology and infrastructure team. That's a mouthful. Let's go. So he has the profile is one page. So I'm trying to look for. So he's an IT professional with experience in software and systems design, development and implementation, project management, as well as information and infrastructure support. In his over a decade of software engineering, his contributions have made landmark impacts on Nigerian financial technology industry, specifically how payments are made and received. So it's plenty, but I would leave the profile and look at. So his name is we are going to get into a lot of trouble this morning. So don't worry, you are ready. Welcome to Signals, Mujib Ishola.
Hello.
Good morning. Don't give me for now. Give me normal English.
How you doing?
Yes. Okay, so this morning we're talking understanding financial innovation, and we started off records, off air, talking about how our parents. We started with our parents, really, how they understand sending monies out, because for a while, our parents would just call us and say that somebody has sent us message to come and pay money. And we'll be like, no, it's scam, and all of that. So run us through how our parents. And let's say we'll start with our parents and most older people who have smartphones, and how they can understand those little USSD codes, how they can transfer money on their own, how they can send money. And so that one of our juniors will not go and say no, if you do it like this they'll collect money. Finding means to make money off our parents, and if they can also understand it by themselves.
Fantastic. You've just gone straight into the product aspect of fintechs, right?
Okay.
Essentially, what it is just allowing access to financial services through technology, processes, or different avenues. Essentially, just making it easier.
Okay.
At the moment, there's a lot of rave about so many things, and I try to tell people that fintech is huge. You can talk about fintech innovation through processes, product, even institutional. So when it comes to our parents or people that I would say don't have enough information about how to use this different products, right? Is straightforward, and it's still not straightforward. It depends on where you're going. So
because we have to give examples.
I mean, let's take your typical market woman, for instance, right? She's used to hard cash, right?
Yes.
You walk into a store, you give her
Money.
currency, and she gives it good, right? And so she's been doing that all her life. All of a sudden, this
Mujib
comes in and says, "Oh, I'm gonna pay you, and then I'm gonna transfer it to you." First things first is she doesn't even understand what you're talking about. I mean, it's getting better now, but
they will now ask you for transfer.
Exactly. She still doesn't understand what you're talking about. So as far as she's concerned, a lot of things are going on in her head. Okay, so if this guy does this transfer, when am I going to get my money? And am I sure I'm going to get my money? And you have to understand that a lot of us in Nigeria, a lot of the SMEs, I'll come back, small businesses, right? A lot of small businesses, actually, the liquidity is not it's not easy, and they need access to that money quickly. So there's a lot of things going on in their heads. So the issue is not that you want to pay. The issue is everything else has changed, right? So first thing is to understand what it means to do online transfers, or EFTs, as we like to call them. You have different ways. You could use your USSD, you could use your mobile app, you could use an agent, right? You could even walk into banks. I'm going to come back to that, and that is very interesting.
Okay.
You could even walk into banks and conclude this transaction. Essentially, bridging the time spent facilitating this transaction.
Looking for change.
A lot of us understand that time is money, right? There's no point spending, waiting for your money to come in 3 days, in 2 days, when you know that I need this money at the end of the day. I even need it at the end of the next hour, so I can reach my suppliers, get more things. So usually, I've come to realize that it's not really about the fact that you want to pay. It's about everything else surrounding the other activities. In this case, we're talking about a market woman. So the other side of things is also the proliferation of I'll say scams, right? It's not new. Right, scams are not new. Criminals, they've been with us for ages. It just happens that the speed at which these things happen,
our money disappears on our phone.
So the speed at which it happens is what scares people. So you realize that, one, she has her own other issues when it comes to her business, and then you have the issue of trying to protect your business by people actually paying for what they say they're paying for, and so that's the other barrier when it comes to financial technologies. And again, there's so many options.
Okay, now let's just take a breath a little, and the question is, let's even go back and help Nigerians understand what financial innovation is in the barest layman terms.
Okay. Financial innovation is the use of either technologies, processes, or other means that are not available today to create either financial products, new financial products, or make already existing financial products more efficient. It's as simple as that.
Okay. Now, do you think we're ready for financial innovation?
Nigeria has been leading financial innovation. That's the truth.
Okay. Explain.
Okay. Before anyone started doing things like view all your accounts balances or have access to all your accounts from an app or a platform, Suspects Remit has been doing that.
You pay me for advert, but continue.
No.
Continue.
But other banks and other clients just woke up to the fact that this is actually a need. But Nigerian, homegrown, everything built out of Africa, out of Nigeria. In fact, you know what? Out of Obalende, right? Has been doing it for years. I remember the first time I came back to Nigeria and I got SMS for my transaction. I was like, hang on.
Are we doing this?
What is this? But Nigeria has been doing it long before then. I went to a conference and people were selling financial services, SMS delivery. This was something even a graduate was already doing, where I was coming from. So we've been leading it, and we still are leading it.
Okay. Now, if we've been leading financial technology for a while, right? It's one thing for us to lead. It's another thing for our people to catch up. Do you understand? It's one thing for people to say that, oh, okay, fine, we're doing it. I can only hear it in the news. I can only hear people say it, right? But my people are not, we're not catching up like that.
Okay, so it's about.
So we're talking financial inclusion now.
Yeah. Okay, so let's break it down again. You've brought in something else, financial inclusion, right? I would want to see it from an adoption point of view.
Okay.
So sometimes it takes a while for technology to be adopted.
Okay.
Right. So the one of the biggest issues that we've had is the adoption. Right. You realize that if you break down the different segments of people, Gen Z, millennials, and the rest of it, you would see that the adoption is quite high. Right.
Okay.
And that's because this is what we know. Right, this is what we grew up with. This is what we know. So it's more about the adoption of the products that are coming off this type of technology. Now, you mentioned financial inclusion. I like to think of economic inclusion. Right, financial inclusion, is a means to an end. Right, and I would argue for economic inclusion, which financial tech facilitates. Okay. So let's break that down a bit. Right, people need access to, say, credit, for instance, right? Some people in Nigeria would get maybe inheritance money and they could start their businesses and things like that. But not everybody can do that. With the advent of fintechs, you can actually get access to
money,
low
interest
loans or credit, right, to run your SMEs. Now, fintechs are actually now going 10 steps ahead. They're not giving you cash necessarily, right? You can have access to equipment, you can have access to other materials that would help you build your business. At the end of the day, right, you want to be part of the economy, right? It's not about, what is financial inclusion? If I don't need an account, I don't need an account. And that's the other thing. A lot of people think fintechs is just all about accounts. It's not, right? There's a lot more things that is involved in it. It just happens that accounts
is included.
If you remember, if you before the advent of even money itself, people were trading with one another, right? And you have to understand, if a Musa or a John or Ade does not need an account, it does not need an account, right? So we need to start thinking about this things as economic inclusion. If I need an account, it's a different thing. Everybody doesn't have to be forced into the banking system before they can be included. But it's a
win-win. It's a lose-lose kind of conversation. Now, with everything good comes its own challenges, right? You want to look at fintech. Because sometimes fintech to me seems like a buzzword that is raining and then you don't really understand what is going on. So with every good thing there is own challenges. Tell us about the challenges of financial technology. And because people will say, oh, it's easy, it's free. Easy free. There's still some backload of work going on. So tell me about that.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to break it down into say two categories: the
Let's
consumers and
the creators.
For the consumers, like in Nigeria with everything, once something seems viable, everybody's just
jumping,
jumps in, right? Whether it makes sense for
them or not,
them
or
or
the
not,
time is right.
The time is right or not, everybody's just jumping. So at the moment, you have a situation where the consumers have to really be literate about what they're buying. So it's a buyer's market, right? But the options are a lot, and so sometimes it's kind of difficult for the customers to actually pick the right product. But aside from that, right, the old age infrastructural issue still there. You find ourselves in a situation where you still go to a shop, a restaurant, and you find 10 POSs, right? Those are legacy infrastructural issues that the consumers have to contend with, right? They're getting better, don't get me wrong. I mean, there are companies and people working tirelessly
to make it
easy, right? So we have the old legacy infrastructural problem, not as bad.
The new one,
don't worry. The new one, the new one is far more interesting. Let me get to the creator. The creator side of things is, policy, right? See, there's so much rules, right, that creators have to deal with, which is fine, right? But sometimes it's like banging your head against the wall, right?
And hoping that the wall will let go.
It's not easy, right? Because people have to be protected, right? I mean, the policymakers their jobs is to protect people, protect people's
jobs
money.
Is to understand the new technology,
and things, and you find out that policy is always behind. It's innovation. I mean, all these innovations you're seeing today is as a result of people being pushed against the wall, and you're like, listen, I can't remain here. Let me try this. Let me try that. So, the man that has his back against the wall would think 50 times faster than somebody that, the policymakers, right? So the problems we are seeing or that we're dealing with is a result of policy being always behind the innovation. Let me put my air quotes on. I must commend CBN for actually trying. There's a lot of things that happen that people don't get to see. Trust me, I bash and complain and say CBN this, CBN that, but when you're in the space, you understand that these things don't happen overnight. It can be better, and it must be better. People have to be included in these conversations, right? There's no point waking up and saying this is the new policy or banning this and banning that. The truth is, the more you try to ban things, you will force people to innovate. Sometimes and with what we've seen with a lot of the ban up and down, right? A lot of the innovations still rolls up, and you're just kicking the can down the road, So on the creator side, you have the policy issue, and then you have the talent issue. Nigeria has a lot of talented engineers and product people, and
product designers, UI
UX designers, infrastructure, process people. The truth is, we're allowing other people to pick our talents. That's the truth.
Okay, so very good, right? And we've gotten there. Because I tried that. We should not get there, but we've gotten there. What do you think is wrong? Why is there a disconnect between the older generation who have created the policies, and no disrespect to them, who had few foresight, and I'm using few in quotes, to think that the way the world is going, they will be left behind. Right? Now we use CBN, and no disrespect to the CBN and the cryptos and the Elon Musk and everybody, the forces of market, right? And people are forced to the world to be able to create, and yet we keep creating, because again, Nigeria he's a truckload of talent, right? Have and has and will continue to have truckload of talents. But then we have people who are late adopters, who are not ready to move, right? So you get them to write policies back to back, and even they themselves don't understand the policies because the policies can only serve for a time. So how then can we as the social media generation, the Sorosoki generation, help our people, help our fathers? Yes, let's use that because we are Nigerians and we are like culture. True. Help our fathers understand and make use of that technology in such a way that they would understand and also help their peers.
Okay, so let's go back to the policymakers, right? I'm a firm believer of open collaboration, right? If I know something, trust me, I'm gonna sing it to the world, teach you. If you can be better at it, hey, fine. But I know that eventually I'm still gonna come and learn from you as well. So the thing is, open collaboration. You can't know everything, right? So when you drafted, the truth is, when these policies were drafted, right, there was a context. Now the context has shifted.
That's broken.
The responsibility is on us, the creators, right, to actually begin to put ourselves out there in the conversation. I don't mean just complaining and whining, bashing. Through open conversation, like, hey, Mr. CBN, see what I'm trying to do. Yes, sometimes it looks like you might not be favored, right? If you're the first mover, right, you either win big or you get bashed big. One way or the other, something must lose, right? But I think having a conversation and say, hey guys, this is what we're trying to do, this is what we believe might happen, let's have this conversation. The problem comes when the conversation doesn't ever happen. So I woke up one morning and all of a sudden businesses were crashing just because of a single policy. People spent time, money, effort to build these businesses. Now, this policies was not intended to destroy businesses, but if the conversations was hard, you would have, maybe, it's a block of cheese. You see a square, somebody sees a triangle.
We're seeing different things, we're all heading the same way.
Do you understand what I mean? So it would have been, this kind of things would have been. So now, in terms of bringing our parents along, again, is a conversation thing. I tell you, I tried to get my mom on socials, using Skype, using all these things, right? But she wasn't having it. Now, not because she doesn't believe in it. But the time wasn't right. The technology wasn't there. So me trying to get her to use Skype was near impossible. But you know what? Today, the technology is there, which means that all these apps are on your phones. They're on the go. So I don't have to sit in front of my computers to do anything. So the technology is right. The adoption is almost like if you're not online, just forget it. You're not anywhere. And having these conversations with them and not trying to make them look one somehow, because
so there's the attitude, there's the manner, there is the way that you get them to say, okay, fine, if you use it like this, it will work for you.
Exactly. And you have to understand that
because they'll still play that age factor. We can't win that.
You can't win that. up to today you'll be hearing like, I'm your father, I brought you to this world. That is standard. And we have to be appreciative of our culture as well. See, like it or not, Nigeria is unique.
Very.
And our uniqueness translates into every single thing we do. You'll be surprised at the way which our parents use the social apps. Sometimes I'm amazed. I'm like, oh, so this can do this.
They are still doing it. Only for your father to call you that. I think the last one I still had without myself was I sent him thank you. So short letters, thank you in short letters. And he goes, no, you have to reply capital letter T, then thank you. I'm like, okay, no problem. Because I think they're also getting on board to using it. And then because we also want to protect them from scams.
Good.
Because most times, most of the policymakers, what they will tell you is, yes, we're trying to protect our people from scams. So how do we now explain to them that, okay, you know what, that there are ways we can mitigate scams and they are less? Because the moment our dads and our mothers, and then the man on the street knows how to handle the phone. Okay, so I'll give you an example. We used to buy fuel. We buy fuel at the office, and the our gate man, Sabu, if we tell him go and buy fuel for us, use your money, we'll return it back. He will come back and bring you an account number. You will pay. You will make sure, like the Awusa guy knows that, oh, the money has gone, and then there's trust. There's trust that, okay, fine, they will send you money. And then if they don't, then you're like, what's going on? So it's more or less, I don't know, because it's sort of hard, because I'm looking at how we can have a country where we can do things easy, and we can beg the fathers that, please now let us go. Because it's almost like it's an age-long war where they don't understand, and we need to explain to them that, okay, fine, this is how it's supposed to be. Because now we're in the era of technology, and businesses are trying to still understand technology. What do you think?
You know, a lot of what you've described is what I call a product issue, right?
But when people don't understand the product, we're back to square one.
The thing is, understanding a product, when you create a product that you never thought about, it's not fit for the market, right? You think about, oh, I know how to design, or I know how to code, then you create something, right? We have a lot of that, but I would call those product issues. What do I mean? You've sent money, right? The expectation of the product is the money should get there. That's the expectation. Where is not, the money doesn't get to the destination, right? It's now a product problem, and that's what we need to solve. But you also need to understand that Nigeria has issues with infrastructure. Like I said, if you transfer money, it's only Nigeria that started understanding that somebody would send an EFT and it never gets there on time.
So what's EFT?
Electronic fund transfer.
Good. Because we need to understand these technologies.
Yeah. So I'll call that a product issue. But in terms of taking people on the journey, right? Look, if you try to make somebody look stupid, right? It doesn't matter if that product is the best product on the market, right? They would fight you to the end because their ego, our culture doesn't allow for it, and I think people need to understand it, right? There's a way you're gonna tell a British man or lady that you're stupid, right? And she'll be laughing, right? And there's another way you tell somebody that, look, you're stupid, and it's all out war, right? So I find that when it comes to this current age, right, we tend to think we can live in a bubble by ourselves, right? And it won't happen.
I'm looking at you, and we both know that it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen, So I think having a conversation, right, around it and understanding.
For how long are we going to keep having this conversation?
Every day.
Until we understand.
I tell you what, right? Just this morning, my mom sends me a voice note of somebody that's recorded, oh, this is the latest scam. Before now, what my mom would have done is broadcasted, whether
I like that.
Whether it
she
was
understands
or not, she just broadcasted. But it took me almost 6 months and I'm still
on the journey
of telling her that, look, you can't do this. And
you have to tell your mom, I told my, if you send this thing to me, I'm going to block you.
No, I tried that, and the conversation was, I am your mother. I'm like, okay. Now, sitting her down and letting her understand the impact of doing that, right, took some time, because it's not our way of doing things. No. Took some time. She understood it, and now
they can help their peers.
Exactly, but before she sends stuff like that out, she sends it to me and like,
what do you think?
Does this make sense? I'm like, okay. Listen to it and realize that, okay, you know what? There might be some truth in this. Let me break it down and try to relate.
Understand.
We are human beings, right? It's, everything is done, to get in the spirit of love and togetherness. No need to,
No need to show that I know more than you have been.
There's no need.
Okay, then it's still Signals on 91.3 Lagos Talks. We're talking understanding financial innovation, understanding all these financial gurus, and with Mujib Ishola. If you have a question or comment, you can call us on WhatsApp 0809 234 5913 or call us 0151509113 or call us 0809 2220913. WhatsApp again if you have a question or comment for Mujib Ishola. You can WhatsApp us 0809 234 5913. Now, speaking of future projections about banking and financial institutions, what do you think lies ahead? Are we one day going to see that we don't have banks again?
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. What we're going to see is more collaboration between the new neobanks, as we like to call them, neobanks, and the current set of institutions we have. Look, the truth is, the bank's job and the fintech's job, right? They intersect, but they're actually different.
Okay,
they're different,
because we don't have a lot of digital banks, and the digital banks and traditional banks are at war with each other.
They're not really. It's just that they're not really. I won't say we used to be. There used to be a silent
war.
And you have to understand, people need to protect their interest as well.
True.
And I think what happened then was the banks trying to protect the customers, because they saw it like, oh,
you're coming to take our money.
You're coming to take my customers. You're coming to take my money. But it was a thing of, listen.
Let's work together.
Let's work together, and that a lot of that is happening. A lot of open banking type conversation. And
the banks are also adopting it.
The banks are also adopting all these technologies. I bet a little bit slower, and we all understand that they have a lot more to contend with, and but things are better. You would never. I mean, there won't be a situation where you wake up and banks suddenly disappear. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Nah. Okay then. Financial innovations have revolutionized our traditional banking system. What do you think? Because again, we have a lot of apps. I can't count the apps. The banking apps are limitless, and then we're wondering, so we no longer want to go to the bank to go and do anything again. Like, I can do it on my phone. And then you also see how the digital banks, and again, people are still, because it's one thing for you to download an app, a banking app, and it's one thing for you to use it. And then you spent money on campaign, you spent money on marketing, you spent money on doing a lot of skills just so that people can even download it. So they download it and they don't want to use it. What happens?
I mean, it's standard, and it's one of the things we are contending with. The truth is, you don't really need 1,001 different products on the market, right? It's a thing of a collaboration thing, win-win thing. If you have this on your app, okay, you know what? Here are my APIs. Could you have a rev share or have an arrangement? But people would always innovate around. I mean, innovation in itself doesn't necessarily mean creating something new from scratch. You could, innovate around what is already happening. And a lot of what you're seeing is people attempting to innovate around what already exists. That is fine, but it puts the consumer
with a lot of
options. I mean, and I love the fact that if bank A or app A, right, suddenly starts to do something I don't like, there's no war, there's no fight.
I
just move, right? And we are going to see, I mean, it's already happening in Europe, where you would move between your apps and all your data moves with you. So it's not, I mean, the future is not longer going to be, hey, this is the bank's data. It's already happening in Nigeria, where a lot of things are happening in that sector as well. So it gives the customer opportunity to, hey, you're not serving my needs, for whatever reason. Maybe I just don't like the color of your app or whatever, right?
I think it's funny how people switch.
Yeah, you just move on. So the consumer and the economy will be better for it. But with that now comes a lot more issues as well, because you now need to enter the education route. People need to know about this product, why, what you need to look out for, and all this kind of issues when you're using the product.
Okay. Do you think businesses in Nigeria are utilizing technology as much as they should?
No.
Why?
Let me not even allow you finish.
Okay, Mr. Bo, why?
No. Look, I remember when a policy came out that every company out there with, I think, 10 staff should have a payroll system. well, we are trying, but it hasn't happened.
No, we are still doing it the manual way.
So it hasn't happened, and there are reasons behind this. And again, the creators have a lot more to do with creating easier products to use. But the thing is, they're not seeing, maybe the value is not being communicated well, but we're not embracing all this technology when it looks like, hey, it's going to be complex. Yes, we are using POSs, but I would say that POSs is using that is just they said I should use POS. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, if you remember back in the days before you had your debit and credit cards, it was a thing of elite. I remember having a debit card was
Bim.
I didn't understand it because I was like,
credit
and debit card is standard. As you're opening an account in the West, you get your standard things, and then in Nigeria,
you have to wait.
In Nigeria, so it's a thing of adoption, but the businesses around can utilize technology better, especially when it comes to, COVID-19 has even
that one, that COVID
changed everything for everybody. Do you imagine a situation where you would own a store, a business, and you're not online? Where exactly?
It was frustrating for a lot of us. It was.
So, even to the point of getting food delivery alone.
That one crashed the market.
So it's like people know that
we can do things better.
We can do things better. But then again, we have this idea of, no one is
lazy.
I won't want to say we are lazy, but we find it difficult. Anything
that is so easy, it's too good to be true. We start having issues
with it. So for me, that is one. And the other, when I said no earlier, I have a problem with people not understanding that Nigerians are creating products other climes
need.
Ailing, not even need. They are already using it and they're already benefiting with it, right? Is that local content thing? Right, I have a problem, or let me not say a problem. I have a concern that we are not adopting more locally created software and systems and things.
I think it's really about trust.
Look, I tell people, right, when it comes to technology is 1 or 0. It doesn't care whether you're green, blue, red, yellow,
black,
woman. It doesn't care. 1 would always be 1, 0 would always be 0. So the thing of trust, yes, I understand it, but we now need to start looking beyond it, because you can't buy any software from US or UK and try to just use it. It doesn't work.
Even if you crack it, you will go back.
No, it doesn't even work because the Nigerian space is peculiar.
So when do we start creating products that are peculiar to us?
The issue is not the creating. The issue is the adoption. So
so we have to keep educating.
Yeah, educating and creating the right policies to back these things. So
creating simple products that we understand.
Exactly.
Because I think that if we create simple products, the creators and the policymakers will adopt it, because the moment they can adopt it, we are good to go. Sure, But the moment where they can still figure out how to ban it.
No, it's getting. I tell you, right? It's getting better. I look at some products. I'm like, okay, wow, this makes sense.
Okay, my time is up, but let me quickly ask you this: why do you like crypto?
Look, the technology behind cryptocurrencies, blockchain, right, is unstoppable, right? I'm not for crypto for the sake of crypto. I'm about the technology. The technology puts power, right, into people's hands. It's inclusive. It's all about inclusion. It's all about waking up and people are printing money. It's not about that. So the technology in itself is sound.
When is Nigeria going to have their own Nigeria crypto?
The conversation is happening already. Somebody said between now and December, but hey, I'm like, anytime between mid next year, we should see a POC if CBN continues on the journey.
Dear CBN, adopt this thing, please. Thank you. Okay, so while we wrap up, why do you like IT? Why do you love IT? Why did you decide that, Mujib, this journey that we are going to go and do it?
It's very simple. See, like I said before already, 1 would always be 1, 0 would always be zero.
And actually, because you're writing code.
There's no emotions about technology, right? It solves a problem you are solving yourself. So you could wake up and design stuff. You are solving that problem, right? There's no emotions about it.
I like the fact that there's no emotions about it.
No, there's no. I mean, when you create your product, people can now associate different emotions to it. But at the time, at that particular point in time, there's no bias. There's no sentiment. 1 is 1, 0 is 0. I like clarity.
Okay, then. Now, looking back now, seated, and having been on this journey, what would you say is that one thing that has stood out for you?
One thing
that has stood out for you. You can't swing this.
1
is 1.
1 is 1.
0 is 0. Take your time.
I would say that hard work pays, right?
Okay.
Technology is not easy, right? You spend a lot of time reading, you spend a lot of time creating, designing, but in the end, once you solve that particular problem, right, you know, it's a huge relief. So for me, is another thing to let people know that hard work pays. That's one thing that stands out for me, especially in Nigeria.
Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure.
For sharing and telling us that 0 is 0 and 1 is 1 for technology. And hopefully that we adopt technology early, right?
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you. So we'll come your way again next week, Saturday. Thank you, Damola, for doing video. And to everyone who has listened in, thank you so much. Till we come your way again next week, Saturday, like we always see on Signals, dream again, create opportunities for people. And even when they misuse it, please keep creating. I beg, have a wonderful week and drink coffee.
Yep.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. We should do this again.
Thank you so much.